Hey guys, it's Zeus_Persassy's uncle. Today I'll be reading a one-shot entitled Deku and Eri Sleepover by Orphan Account. This was a really good fic, and I hope you guys enjoy this too. And I am so sorry to keep you guys waiting. I've been sick and dealing with tests and exams, and it's all been just quite a lot, you could say. But that's not my concern really anymore. Anyways, let's start this fic. Deku and Eri Sleepover by Orphan Account. Summary. Izuku and Eri have a sleepover and are cute beans. Izuku buzzed with excitement as he straightened his room out. After a full month of baking Aizawa, he had finally worn the man down and was allowed to have a sleepover with Eri. Of course, this came with a price, but Izuku didn't mind grading his classmates to bar his own assignments for 3 months if it meant spending time with a girl he saw as his daughter/little sister. His basic plan was to wait until Eri came so he could help decide what they should do first. The young hero in training had done mass amounts of research, from watching sleepover movies to episodes of anime where the character had them, to looking at those 5 fun activities to make your sleepover the bomb. The articles that drifted along the internet, he had bought a lot of beauty products, makeup, hair clips, face masks, etc., as well as a few other onesies that Eri could choose from. He found an Eraserhead one of Present Mike, and his mother had made a Eri-sized onesie that looked like Deku's costume, though he wasn't sure that Eri would go for it. Topping off the list, he got snacks, a good mix of healthy and fattening, and collected all the blankets and pillows he owned for the pillow fort. Izuku never had a sleepover before, but from the way the girls talked about them, they sounded fun, and he wanted Eri to have as much fun as she could while she was here. A knock at his dorm room broke Izuku out of his cleaning, and he quickly walked to the door and opened it, coming face to neck with Aizawa-sensei. Deku, a soft voice cue, gentle arms wrapped around his legs in a soft hug. Hey, Eri, are you ready to have fun? The green net smiled gently, giggling when her horn tickled him from her nodding. No scary movies, and don't let her eat too much sweets. Aizawa-sensei cast a warning-filled glare. I'll pick her up after breakfast. You behave for problem child, he added in a softer voice, to which he got nods from both youngers. He turned and left, and Izuku motivated Eri to his room. I have a lot of things we can do, Eri, but first, Izuku pointed to his bed where the onesies were, you can take them home with you. I thought it would be fun to wear these tonight. The small girl smiled softly at the outfits, taking in the detail. There's not one for Deku, she said with a hint of sadness. Well, no, I'm not a pro hero, so I don't have any merchandise, he explained, crumbling at the frown that marked her face. My mom did make one, though. I just didn't think you'd want it since Aizawa-sensei is your guardian. I'll go get it. He panicked and quickly fetched the homemade onesie, handing it over. Eri beamed, making Izuku realize how warped around the logo's finger he was. He left the room so she could change and put the eraser and Present Mike onesies in her bag for her to take home with her. He got changed into his All Might onesie after everything was sorted in her bag. When he entered the room again, Eri was looking at his desk where all his beauty products rested. What's this? Eri asked, picking up a palette. That's eyeshadow. You can put it on your eyelids. Why? It makes girls and boys feel pretty. There are some uncertainty in his voice. They are just lucky Eri didn't pick up on it. I want to make Deku pretty, she bounced hopefully. You know, I was thinking that I need a makeover. He pulled the rest of the makeup supplies from the floor so Eri he had a better grasp of them and sat down. He pulled out a hair tie and tied it up his bangs so she could have full access to his whole face. "What do I do?" she asked, looking at the bottom of the mouth. "I think you use this stuff." He pushed forward some foundation. "You spread it on my face, I think." "Okay." A determined crease formed in areas of white eyebrows. Zuko opened the package and handed it to her. She started off by using the sponge and sponging it all over his face. After it was messily spread, she used the mascara and eyeliner, poking him in the eye a few times with each. She then picked up a bright red lipstick gloss and smeared it on his lips, and finished it forced green eyeshadow. When it was her favorite color, apparently, and old highlighter, all done. Zuko fished out his phone and flipped it to the selfie cam. He giggled at what stared back at him. Him in the camera lenses was splotchy, uneven, half-mixed skin where Aerie couldn't spread foundation evenly. His entire eyelid up to his eyebrows were dark green, with the right eye having some above the brow bone, and around the lashes, smudges of black where Aerie messed up with the eyeliner mascara. The highlighter was heavy-handed and not blended out, giving him bright gold cheeks. His lips were what really stood out. They were bright red and smudged around his lips. "I look drop-dead gorgeous," he declared, making Aerie let out a string of giggles, making his heart melt. "I'm stealing everyone's man and making the models everywhere wish you were their makeup artist." He kissed at the camera and then took 3 selfies to send to Aizawa-sensei. "Can you do my makeup?" Aerie asked. "Well, I won't be as good as this, but sure." He set his phone aside and shuffled closer. He did the same steps as Aerie, minus the eye-jabbing part. After a few minutes, he pulled away. "Done." His hand did his cell phone. He handed her a cell phone. His work was messy, and it was easy to tell he never touched a makeup brush before. The foundation was a little thick, and the wrong shade for the pale girl, and the cat eyeliner was way off, as he drew too far up the left, while too far down on the right. Her lipstick was steady, and the highlighter blended out, but the girl eyeshadow was uneven. The left eye lit on the left side, but not the right. Aerie smiled all the same. Do I have to wear makeup because I'm a girl?" she asked, admiring his work. "You don't have to do anything you don't want to." Izuku smiled. "If you don't want to wear makeup, don't. It's your decision. Really. I actually kind of like it, so I might keep this stuff and try some." "I don't think I like makeup. It makes my face heavy," she admitted in a quiet voice. "Now let's take a few pictures, then wash this stuff off. I bought some face masks that are supposed to make you feel relaxed." "Okay." After taking a handful of selfies, Izuku helped her wash off the makeup with makeup remover, and then removed his own. He spread the face mask out on the bed and let Aerie pick which one she wanted. While she was tasked with the important decision, he texted Aizawa-sensei the picture they took. Midoriya to Aizawa-sensei. Midoriya Izuku. Aerie and Deku. .jpg. 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 Midoriya, Izuku, who we will be stealing all the men's. As that was Shota. Why do you look like that? Chuckling to the text, Izuku set his phone down and helped Eri apply her face mask. Light blue Pinoni smelling that reduced swelling and encouraged sleep. He applied his own pink strawberry mint mask that opened pores and encouraged relaxation, and then pulled out some hair ties and clips. He let her choose the clips he used and braided her long silver hair out of her face with the mask set. By the time the mask were dry, needed to sit for half an hour. Izuku's hair had been decorated with pearly scent pastel butterflies, and Eri's braids were decorated with animal head-shaped hair clips with a few butterflies mixed in. "What now?" Eri asked, poking at the dry mask. You read that a sleepover is a fail without a pillow for it. As you pointed to the stack of pillows and blankets, the girl's face spit into another smile. "Let me clean up a bit more, and then we can make the pillow for it. Wash off the mask and settle down for snacks, some movies before bed." "Okay, I'll clean up." "Such a good girl." Izuku beamed at his child/sister, who was moving some of the books to the bookshelf. And then turned to finish picking up the rest of the room. After a few minutes of cleaning, Eri wandered over to him with the book that had music notes doodled in the front. "What's this, Deku?" she asked. "Oh, that's my notebook. I wrote a song in," he said, rubbing the back of his neck in embarrassment. "Can you sing it to me? It's a sad song, though." Izuku worried his lip between his teeth, but slowly failing out of the girl's begging red eyes. "All right, but it's kind of sad," he warned, and sat on the bed pulling Eri to his lap and started singing. "That was sad." Eri blinked, pulling tears. "I told you," he sighed. "I wrote this when I was in a not-so-good place," he admitted, wiping away her tears. "And that's okay. I've learned that it's okay to not be okay. Crying is natural. Being sad is natural. Suffering is natural. But just because you're broken doesn't mean you can't put back together. Stronger than before," he inhaled softly. "It's okay." "I get sad sometimes," Eri admitted. "I'm scared sometimes, and that's okay," he assured, kissing her forehead. They sat in the quiet hug for 10 minutes, calming down. Izuku whispered reassurance to her, rubbing her back whenever she would hiccup. "How about we shake away some of the sadness? Will you sing this one too? I like your voice. It's pretty," Eri said hopefully, her voice still heavy. "Anything you want." He smiled, hugging his phone into the speaker, slowly discarding the volume. "Do you hear that?" Todoroki asked from a spot in the common room. "Music," Uraraka hummed, finishing the snack in her mouth. Jiro looked around the room. "We're all here but Midoriya. He is with Eri." "Aw, maybe they're listening to some music before bed," Hagakure cooed. "Or dancing. That would be so cute. Let's check it out." Uraraka jumped, followed by Kirishima, Kaminari, Todoroki, Jiro herself, Momo, and Takakure. Everyone else stayed behind. The small group cracked open the door and peeked in. Soft smiles spread all around the group. Midoriya was singing along to "I Want to Dance with Somebody," was singing around with Eri, seemingly acting out the lyrics and making the girl giggle. Well, was spinning through the town, scooter her later, "The fever ends and I wind up feeling down," was sang. Midoriya spun Eri around before picking her up and causing her to giggle more. Jiro picked up her phone and started recording. She saw a soft look filter onto Todoroki's face and held back a snicker. When the song ended, the video ended, and the small group turned to get out of the way to dodge as fast as they could. Of course, Kaminari was a clutch, causing them to all fall down into Midoriya's room. "So," Jiro said awkwardly, and with a straight face as she stared at an amused Midoriya. "You come here often?" Izuku chuckled at the girl. If he wasn't in such a good mood, he'd probably be embarrassed, but he trusted these people with his life. He doubted they would make too much fun of him. So with a small smile, he helped them. "Look, Eri, peepers." Eri tilted her head with a confused puppy from where she stood clutching onto his onesie leg. "Sorry, man. He heard music and was worried you guys were making a pillow for it. Without us? Kaminari cut off with his own apology, gasping in horror as he noticed the fort material. "The betrayal! What's wrong, Deku? The man is crying," Eri whispered. "He wants to build a pillow fort too." "Oh, he can make one with us," she offered shyly. "How about we move on to our movie night out there then? Then it's a big sleepover with everyone," Izuku urged, grinning wildly. "Okay," she nodded wildly. "You heard her. Can you help me move all the stuff down there?" "Yes," Kaminari cheered, despite he dramatic just being for dramatics. He was not complaining. "Of course, man. Pillow forts are so manly." Kirishima grinned with the sharky grin. "Yay, pillow fort!" Uraka and Hagakure cheered together, only to make up for snooping. Jiro sighed, but made no move to hide her small smile. The group collected the materials and exited the room, leaving Izuku and Todoroki last to leave with Eri still clinging. A cool hand gripped Izuku's hand, pulling him to a halt. "You're good with Eri?" Todoroki, he said matter-of-factly. "You'll be a good dad." "Thanks, but I don't know about that." Izuku blushed, looking away from the heterochromic male. "I do." Todoroki's voice held no room for argument as he raised his hand he held and clasped their fingers together. Izuku reluctantly smiling shyly. They were interrupted by Eri grabbing Todoroki's pants leg and looking at him as he reached out hands to be picked up. "Yes?" he asked, raising her to his hip. "Are you Deku's Mr. Mike?" she asked curiously. He smiled softly. "I don't know. Am I?" Stuttered under her words for a few moments. The teen cleared his throat. Yes." With the Eri in Shoto's arms and Eri holding his free hand, they entered the common room where they were greeted by a mocking, "Eri is Midoriya's and Todoroki's secret love child," from Kaminari, followed by Shoto's very serious, "Damn straight," and Izuku, whose language. It's safe to say that Eri slept soundly that night between Izuku and Shoto under the massive pillow fort that took up the entire commons room. And if Aizawa-sensei was greeted by an extra happy Eri the next morning, and Izuku got to hold monthly sleepovers for Eri, well, no one complained. Well, guys, I think this was a really good fic, and I must say, I hope you guys all liked this. I am honestly impressed with how this turned out. Give credit to the owner of an account, one of the best people on AO3. And well, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a good night or a day or a morning. It doesn't really matter. But remember, never harm yourself. You are the best, and someone